Okay, looks like we are live. Kind of a last minute decision here to go live, but figured when we're recording, might as well throw it up on here in case y'all have. In case y'all aren't really doing much on what is it, Tuesday night? Doesn't feel like a Tuesday, it feels like a Monday though.
That's for sure.
Okay, so I think we can go ahead and get started. So I guess here we go. Welcome to Someone's Happy Hour. Today is September 7th, episode 39. We've got a great show in store for you guys. Today we're going to talk a topic that is near and dear to our hearts, missing college. We got our segments. Obviously, we're going to go through those, including a new segment, so very excited about that. And then wrapping it up with 5v5 of weirdest things that are normalized in college.
Yeah, with this being the season of school starting back up, fall's in the air, college football's back, everything seems to be on a track back to normal with how schools are operating. Mm-hmm. It makes us reminisce about those times that we were in school. And Jason and I were talking, it's been pretty much a while since we've been in those classrooms. So
exactly.
We were just thinking of times that were good and bad, and maybe we'd like to share those with you. All aspects, not just the social ones that we so commonly reprise a lot. So.
Exactly. And honestly, like, I think one of the things when we were like prepping this that kind of like, it was kind of disgusting to realize, but like at least for like Tyler and I, we haven't had a first day of school in over 3 years, which is insane to think about. Cause like that would have been fall 2018. And that would have we probably start like late August. So it's honestly pretty gross to think about, but, here we are. We're just old now.
Right.
Chugging along.
That's right. Life keeps moving forward, and so college keeps moving back. But we like to reminisce on those days, and that's what we're going to do for you here today.
Exactly. But yeah, before we get into that, I guess we can get started with our morning stand-up. So, Tyler, what did you have going on this past week?
Yeah, so not really much new going on this past week, guys. Obviously last week, as everyone knows, we got that puppy Enzo, so we have been, our main attention, all of our focus has pretty much been on him, because he's pretty much a baby, so we gotta make sure he does everything correctly. And good news though, he has been sleeping through the night, so we've heard your prayers and your good looks, so he stopped his barking. He does whine a little bit when he comes back in, but he's been very good lately with sleeping through the night. I do have to get up like every 3 hours though to let him out, so that's all right. But at least he doesn't bark. That's like the main thing. But other than that, just like everything I ever wanted with having a dog.
Yeah.
Someone to just like be around all the time, play with whenever. Hard to get work done with him there. You just like want to play with him. You don't even want to look at the screen. You want to like just like watch him do whatever he's doing and just like look at him. Yeah. So it's going to be pretty fun to get adjusted with having a puppy here and get excited about him being older. And it's funny because there's this new trend on TikTok that's like they're like, oh, I hate the puppy stage. It was so much work. I'm so thankful he's like older now. And then it shows like a previous video of him doing the same, like of the dog doing the same thing.
I think I saw the one I saw today, and now I'm sure my TikTok is not as filled with dog stuff as yours is. But I know that there was one where they had, I think he was like carrying a collar like in his mouth or something. That at least that's the one I saw, and I was like, damn, dude. And I think it might have been a golden retriever too. So I was like, damn, dude, I'm gonna have to recreate this.
I know, because it's funny because we're like, dang, dude, he's so much work. It's only been like a week, but it's been like so much like fun work. Yeah, and it's like you like can't wait to see what he's like when he's older. Like his personality's starting to come out, his goofiness and stuff like that. And then it's like you realize he's getting bigger and he's not gonna get smaller. He's not gonna he's changing and he's not gonna like stay like that little guy that you can pick up. Like
recording I don't even know, in progress.
I don't even know if. Do you want to restart?
Yeah, so one thing I just realized, and I don't know if we want to keep this part in because it's pretty funny, so maybe Tyler, you can clip this part in. For those of you who are listening to the live, thank God we just started, and you're going to get to, it looks like we have one person viewing at the moment. I know we decided to, okay, well then it's just us. So hey, nobody even saw this. This is a last minute decision to go live, and we do this through Zoom. and we're projecting it into YouTube, but completely forgot. And Tyler and I joke about this almost every episode, where how terrible it would be if we do an entire episode without hitting record. And we almost did that. So I just realized as Tyler was talking and we're talking about Enzo that I forgot to hit record. So Tyler just commented losers. That's hilarious. So we're going to start this again. I think you should definitely leave this part in from when we hit record. It's fine. Funny little start to the episode. But here we go. Welcome to Someone's Happy Hour. Today is September 7th, episode 39, and we've got a great show in store for you guys. Today we're going to talk, I'm sorry, losing it right now. Today we're going to talk missing college. We got our segments and wrapping it up with our 5v5 of weirdest things that are normalizing in college. So
'tis the season. I'm coming back to school and coming back to this discussion. So it's been a while since Jason and I have been in school. We figured now that things are back onto a path of operating almost like normally, college football, everything along those lines. It looks like things are heading back. So we may as well reminisce about our times back in college and what we hated and what we liked. So more so not just the social aspects that we always talk about, but everything else.
Exactly.
Make us feel like they're just the moments we miss.
Exactly, because it's crazy to think about, and this is where there's moments where we feel super, super old. But for Tyler and I, it's been over 3 years since our our last first day of school, and that's disgusting. That's actually disgusting. But yeah, so I know we started talking about Tyler was already talking about Enzo when we were originally talking, but I guess I get to hear it twice, which I'm all for. But I want to make sure y'all hear it on the recorded version, and it looks like we just added a person to the YouTube, so thanks for joining. But yeah, so morning stand up. What did you have going on this past week with Enzo?
Yeah, so pretty much Enzo has been doing very much better at night, less parking. He's heard all of your guys' prayers and good wishes, and thank God for me, Nancy and I, so we can sleep through the night finally. Still have to wake up every 3 hours to let him out, but that's all right. When you got to go.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's been a lot of fun. Hard to get work done. He's so adorable. But one thing that we're realizing is, especially from those TikToks, if anyone has seen them, about these puppies, it's pretty much a video of a dog, and it's I don't miss the puppy stage. It was so much work. And then it reverts back to a video of when they were a puppy and how cute they were. So Nancy and I are slowly getting bombarded with those videos, and we're like, oh man, this is going to be so terrible. Not terrible, but suck when he's not a puppy anymore. We can just pick him up and mess around with him. And he's going to be an adult here soon. So it's pretty funny. And I was going to say, it's going to be even funny because probably the next time you guys come down, you'll probably won't see him at this stage. Because even in the next month, he's going to double in size.
Yeah. So I was about to, it's funny you say that because I was literally just about to ask, because all the Snapchats, Instagram, whatever you're putting out there it's adorable. And I was actually thinking about that too. I was like, damn, when I meet Enzo, how big is he going to be? Because I know they grow fast. Especially golden retrievers, they grow fast. So I was like, I have no idea. I have no perception of by. I
think
a certain
right now
month.
He's 12 pounds. Well, he's probably heavier now. With last week, he was 12 pounds. And that was 2 months old. So by 3 months, he's supposed to be around 24 pounds. So double weight, probably growing in size again to length and height. So
damn.
And it only keeps going. So.
Yeah, shit. Okay, gonna have to make sure to get out there soon so you can still enjoy him as a little puppy. But yeah, dude,
he is really funny, and it is really fun to just mess around, pick him up, and act like he's a little baby. So,
definitely going to. And I know we're talking about trying to put together a little Pacific Northwest trip here first week of November, which is gonna be awesome. But definitely gonna have to find a week, even if it means I'm just working during the week. I don't care if I'm working from home out there. But dude, I want to go out there, obviously to see you guys, but also just to meet Enzo, dude. That'd be fucking awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, these are things that we're working on now. Is now that the barking has gone away, mostly away. It's mostly the house training and the biting. But he's a puppy; he's teething. So
yeah, exactly. But it's good that the barking's down, because then at least understandably, last time we talked, you were mentioning how you felt bad. You're like writing notes to like your neighbors and stuff like that. So it's at least not nice because now
it's really funny. Like, the day that I wrote the notes is like the very first night that he didn't bark, and I was like, wow.
He just wanted.
Now they're gonna think we don't even have a puppy anymore.
It's like, yeah, okay, your dog.
Yeah.
We'll see. Yeah, no, but no, that's pretty funny. But no, it's good that at least that part's going away little by little. Next week when we talk, I'm sure it might be something new. You'll be like, he's not even teething anymore, dude. It's on to the next thing. But
fingers crossed.
But no.
Yeah. What about you, Jason? How's your week?
Good. So I had a pretty crazy last week, and I'm actually like double checking in my head that last week was when I was in, because that would have been when we recorded. So I had like, which is crazy. I was in Minnesota last week for the first half of the week. Second half of the week, I was actually in the burbs, so I wasn't even in my apartment. And then had a wedding. Well, primarily because one, I joined a softball league, which I'm super excited about, which is fun. So my dad has done a softball team for however long, and so he's doing it again. Asked me about doing it, so I said sure. So I'm taking the train out there on Thursdays, out in Mundelein, which is a lot of fun. Kyle's actually doing it too, which is a lot of fun. But it was funny because both him and I were talking, and we're like, after Thursday, we play like double headers, so you got 2 games. After Thursday, we're like, damn, dude, I'm kind of sore. So that's where, again, we're feeling very old. So that was fun. Had a wedding, my cousin's wedding out in Iowa, which was awesome. Got to celebrate him and his now wife, which was super exciting, and got to see a lot of my cousins and all of that fun stuff. So that was good. Otherwise, football's back, which is super exciting. College football. NIU got a big win this weekend.
I did.
Super excited about that. I mean, I'm just excited for football season, fantasy football, all that good stuff. I did not tell you this, and I'm super, super stoked. So very last minute planned. This was planned over the past weekend, but not this upcoming Saturday, but the following. NIU is actually playing at Michigan, which is a big opponent. Michigan Stadium, I think, is the biggest one at least in the country, if not the world. I'm not sure, but it's huge. And obviously a Big Ten school, huge school. But actually, I am going to that game. So me, Kyle, Gavin, and Andy, we bought tickets to go to the game. And we're driving up that Friday after work. We're going to stay there Friday night, Saturday, and then drive back Sunday. Super last minute like trip, but it's going to be so fun. I have no idea how NIU is going to do. My expectations are low. But it'll be good. I'm excited. It should be a fun.
Well, they beat Georgia Tech, so maybe they might pull out another win.
They might just fucking go for the whole thing. We want Bama, but it'll be good. I'm just excited that football's back. That'll be something fun to look forward to. And then just honestly, I think everyone can relate to this. I think I said this on the part before we started recording, so I don't think I included this, but it definitely it's Tuesday, but definitely feels like a Monday, because that first day back after a long weekend's always tough. Like, I know today was a struggle, and I'm sure you feel the same. I'm sure everyone listening to this feels the same. But at least you've only got 3 days left, and then it's the weekend. So,
yeah. No, it was pretty nice. Today, the only meeting I had got rescheduled for Friday, so I was like, oh,
that's
nice.
The best. That's the best when you got those.
Pretty good. And then tomorrow we have like a corporate event at the Rockies game. So.
Oh shit, that's awesome. Is that like the game? Is the game during the day? Like, is it a day game?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking sweet. Do you know who they play?
So, what's up?
Do you know who they play?
The Giants.
Oh, nice. I'm going to the Cubs-Giants game on Saturday.
Yeah. So pretty much it's gonna be a lot of fun, and like the week, it's pretty much almost over now. So.
Hell yeah.
Love that.
Because at that point you just got Thursday, Friday, and it's basically the weekend. So.
That's right.
That's what we like to hear. That's awesome. So hopefully you guys have a pretty chill rest of the week as you're listening to this. Unless you're listening to it Tuesday night, then you still got 3 full days. But if you're listening to this middle of the day Wednesday, you're already halfway through the week. Absolutely killing it.
Right.
So, okay. I guess we can probably move into our main topic. So as we kind of alluded to at the beginning, one of the things that is definitely like this time of year, right after Labor Day, people are going back to school. Inevitably, one of the things that us old people are thinking about that's top of mind is missing college. So there's so many different aspects of college that we miss, and I'm sure a lot of people listening to this could attest to. But yeah, I guess for starters, I don't know if there's like a one bucket you want to start with. But I feel like the social element is definitely one of the ones that when you think about it for sure, it's just like unmatched. Like I can't believe that like my day-to-day life, I just had endless things going on. And it was like fun stuff too. Like it wasn't just like now it's like, oh, you got all these meetings all day. It's like, no, I was so busy because I had all this fun stuff going on, and I miss that.
Yeah, no, you really don't know what you had till it's gone. And that's like, this is kind of like the refresher for our audience. Like, since we've missed this, like, this is what we always talk about, like Fatty's Tuesdays and football games and parties and whatnot. But just the social aspect of like seeing everyone, you know, on Instagram, or like moving back into those apartments where you've spent a lot of time at, or like going back to all those like different halls or different food halls or different dorms. It's like, oh man, like those were the days. You just like start to think back about all the times you spent there, and all the times like you've gone out, or you've been in there late at night, or like you've been blacked out, or like just like the funniest times, especially like with all your friends being around you. And then also like, you know, just like so many people in one spot doing the same thing at the same time, which I mean, it's kind of like being in the city, because like now there's a lot of people doing the same thing, but like people just don't give a shit about about like your life in the city, or as an adult, I should say. Yeah. But in college, it's like just different mindset. Like you're all like there for the college experience. So.
Yeah, I think it's like that sense of like, I don't know if camaraderie is the right word, but like it's like the sense of community almost, where you're all there for like similar reasons, and you're all kind of a similar stage of life, all that stuff. Whereas like in the city, there's like in college, I guess also is like, obviously you can go to a big school, but it's still like very concentrated, and all like, again, similar demographic in terms of like age and all that stuff. So like all like same stages of life. When you're in a city, like there's just so many people, so many different stages of life, so many whatever, that it's like so much harder to get that piece. So I don't know, that's definitely a component that I miss. Like you said, obviously Fatty's Tuesday, we hit that up all the time, but also like even like we were talking about football earlier, like even going to like football games and tailgating, like having that on a Saturday was always just like a fucking blast. And like that's where, I don't know,
or Thursday, or yeah, it's like so different. Like you want to go to a football game now, it's like you have to like plan your weekend around it. You have to get like a hotel, or you have to like spend money on a ticket, or you know, it's like, and tailgating isn't the same for like, you could still kind of do it, but you need like a group of people that you're going with. You can't usually just like join other people's tailgates. So like, oh, what the hell?
Yeah, they're like, who are
it's usually
you?
Like a family or something like that. It's not like a college tailgate anymore.
No, exactly.
But, it's just so different. Like you can still go to like sporting events, and it's still a lot of fun to be at the events, but like college events are just like, it's like party. So
yeah, exactly. And like, I don't know, there's just something about like drinking outside that just hits different. Like when you're outside, like obviously that football game environment, that tailgate environment's phenomenal. It's just like, it's just so nice. You're like just outside chilling with friends, having a beer or whatever you're drinking, and just having a good time. And it's like nice out. And
plus it's like I don't know, it's like almost like easier, like it's a more attainable like social gathering than like you don't know what's going to happen at like a Denver Nuggets or Chicago Bulls game, but you know where to go, you can park, you can do whatever, you can pregame, you can do whatever, and like get inside of the NIU basketball game and be fine.
Yeah.
Sneak in a Subway sandwich or something and eat it, and you're
exactly.
You're going to be okay. So it's like, it's just such a different, like, you're like going to class throughout the day. You don't have to like travel into the city. You don't have to drive far. You're like,
you're just you literally can just go walk to the stadium, have a good time. And it's one of those things where like, I mean, I'm trying to think. I mean, again, it's funny looking back because now I'm like super excited watching the NIU football games. But even when we were in college, we wouldn't necessarily even go to the games all the time.
Oh yeah,
and that's just
one.
Exactly. And like that's just like it was just so fun because everyone's having this big party outside on early on a Saturday, and like the opportunities for that day are just endless. Like after you guys tailgate, you can go back home, take a nap, you still want to go out, okay, let's go to Fatty's or Molly's. If you you actually want to go to the game, okay, let's go to the game. Like, you have all these
whoever
like,
that person was.
Yeah, exactly. Or like, well, the one person I immediately thought of was the one time I felt really bad because we didn't go to the game, but Kyle went to the game, and we convinced him to leave the game. And he was like one of 8 students who won the raffle, and it was literally us. Like, we were like, dude, let's go to Wendy's. And we convinced him. So hopefully he enjoyed like that 4-for-4 meal or whatever he got. But yeah, no, like, it's like things like that. Like, that was just so fun, and that's something that you can't really replicate. Where there's just all like, and this is like the whole social experience of college in kind of like a nutshell. It's like you have so many different things you could do, so many different ways you could spend a night or day or weekend or whatever, and like there doesn't have to be a plan. Like, you don't, like you were saying, like if you want to go to like a football game now, you have to be like plan ahead, all this stuff. Like, hell, I'm literally like, when I'm like, it sounds stupid, but like different things that I'm planning on, like friends coming to visit or me visiting people or doing different things, I have to fucking pull out my Outlook on my phone and add it to a calendar. In college, that wasn't a thing.
Getting pretty robust over here.
Well, exactly, and it's just crazy that we're doing this now. Where I miss in college, where it was like, do we have any plans this weekend? No, but hey, I want to do something fun. We all have a similar mindset. Let's go to the game, or let's go tailgate. Figure out what we want to do later.
Yeah.
Like, literally, like just endless things you could be doing. But it was also so chill because like there wasn't the pressure of, oh, I need to be here at this time. Oh, what's up, Mauricio? He just said hello.
What's up, Mauricio? But plus, it's like if you're extroverted, introverted, I feel like you enjoy this either way. Because like, yeah, you don't really want to like talk to people, or if you're introverted, but like you're like more likely than not run into people that you know from other areas that you've met. You're like, oh, dude, from English 101, or oh, dude, like my dorm mate, or like, oh man, like, you know, a girl you're talking to, or like, you know, just like things you like. Many possibilities happen, many connections happen. Like, you're like running into people and you're like saying what's up. You can like talk to them for a while, go to another group. When you're like going out like this, it's like you're with your group of people, you stay with them, you go have fun. You can like talk to people and meet new people, but like
it's not the same.
Odds are you're not gonna like run into someone. Go, oh, dude, like, you know.
No, it's not the same. It's like you're not. I mean, yeah, you can obviously meet people, talk to people, what have you, but it's just not the same thing as in college. Like, you don't have the same level of, I don't know, you don't know, like in college it's so easy because the chances are you have enough in common with another person where it'd be really easy to spark a conversation, whether it's, hey, are you in such and such class, or do you know so and so, or like you literally can start those conversations super easily and like all that. If you're like talking to someone completely random, it's kind of hard to start that where like you literally have no context to go off of. And like, I feel again, like in college, you have the specific type of like mindset. Like everyone's kind of in that same frame of mind where they're just trying to have a good time, or at least most people trying to have a good time, to where like, you know, that like you're, I don't know. It's just so different when you're removed from that environment and trying. Like, you can't really replicate it outside of a college town. Yeah.
No, definitely. I think we can switch gears here and like get into our academics of like what we miss and probably what we did not miss of college, just because I feel like we do focus quite a bit on the social aspect because we're like big proponents of it. But we did have an academic career at our university.
Yeah, believe it or not, we did get degrees. We did do it. We did go to classes.
Exactly. So there are a few things that we liked and did not like about our school, and especially like one thing that I always reminisce about when I think about like academic life is just like not reminisce. I guess I remember it's just stressing out about every test or every project, thinking that it's like this one's gonna break me, or like this one is like I have to pass. And it's so funny because like I don't even remember a single score, a single test. I can't remember a single question. There's like none that comes to my mind.
Well, and
that's like, it's just so funny.
Well, it's funny because with that frame of mind, I am very thankful that I didn't have that thought process until my senior year. And partially is, I mean, I had a full-time job offer going into my senior year, so that definitely helped. But I had this thought process where like it'd be a test coming up, and I'd be like, why am I gonna, like, I could tell you, like, if I stress about this, I'm not gonna even remember what test it was in a month from now, let alone a year from now, 2 years from now when I'm graduated, all that stuff. Like, I probably couldn't even tell you what classes I took my like senior year, outside of like the one that was like a senior capstone course where you and I have talked about that paper we wrote that was not great.
Strategic management.
Strategic management.
Yeah, honestly, I don't even remember.
But like other than that, like you wouldn't be able to tell me. I would not be able to tell you like the OMIS classes I took, or even if I took OMIS classes. But like I wouldn't be able to tell you what the like a general overarching theme of what I learned, or not what I learned, but like what I like studied, like the general like strategic management.
The actual contents.
Exactly. So it's just so funny because like you like at the time it's like
stress, like
everything, and then
you're like, oh no, like why can't I think of this, or why can't I learn it, or like why is this so hard, and then, like it never comes up again in your entire
exactly.
You're like, oh man.
Yeah, I think
it's crazy.
I think one of the funny things that I remember. So for those of you who listen, who aren't familiar with NIU, our business school is like, or our business building, I should say, is Barcema Hall. And one of the things that I always thought was just like really nice as a business student was you like that was as long as you had like your one card, which was one card. For a second, I forgot what it was called. Which is like your NIU ID. As long as you swipe that, like it's open 24/7. So like we were able to like go in there, study late, all that stuff. So I mean, I know there were a few times where we'd be late night studying, and it's funny because like obviously at the time it's like you don't want to be studying, but it's also funny because there's times where you look back and it's just like, damn, dude, that was kind of like obviously you're not full on studying the whole time. Sometimes you're doing stupid shit.
Some people are, but
some people are. But like I know, like I'm thinking instantly of us where like we were in that one room and we're just like we basically had a whole room to ourselves, and Tyler and I managed to find a ball, and we're in this room and like just like a toy ball, like it was like one of those like hacky sack type like balls. So it was like kind of heavy, and Tyler and I are just like full on whipping it across the room. And I may or may not have hit Tyler where the sun don't shine. So there was a man down for a second. There were
that was like the last. Like, knock on wood, that's like the last time for a while that I've been hitting the nuts that hard. And I was like, lay down for a bit.
There were tears from both ends.
And that was like finals week.
I was crying.
That was like the finals before graduation week.
Yeah.
Because like pretty much all our tests were done.
Yeah.
Because when you're a senior, it's like you either have your projects or your tests are already out of the way, or if you do have a test, it's like you're graduating. So like you just need to get through that test, pretty much.
Yeah. No, it was just so.
I think we were there supposed to study for strategic management.
Yeah, and we're just fucking. We just found that, and that just occupied so much of our time. We're just doing that until I just remember like immediately happening, and you just immediately just collapse. Yeah, and I fucking lose it. I fucking lose it. Like I break down. I'm like crying, laughing, and I'm trying to remember. I think it was like Emily or someone like came in and she's like, oh my, like she asked me because I was like closest to the door. Like, oh my gosh, are you okay? I was like, just see the other guy because I'm like I didn't even get in. I'm just fucking laughing. Oh my god, that's like the sort of stuff that just cracks me up. Like I guess the part
you can't really do that at work.
Yeah, exactly. Like I guess like what I'm saying right now is the parts I'm missing is the parts where in between us actually studying. But that was so funny. It's just doing stupid shit. Like I think in a nutshell, it's like not taking ourselves too seriously and like being able to like I don't know.
Yeah, I mean like I liked picking. I don't know, for like especially like when I look back at like academics, I did like there was like free reign of like choosing your classes and like what you wanted to get involved with and all that. But like I guess just like being in class I did not miss, just because specifically I'd either be passing out or skipping, and that's very bad. You don't do that. But like I just almost miss like having like that responsibility of like, oh, I have class at like 2, I can't, or oh, I have this class at 5 and I can't really do this or whatever. But like just like saying that I have these classes that I'm taking is like something that I feel like I'm like missing out on just because. But I do not. It's funny, but I don't like miss being in class.
Yeah, you miss like it's almost like you miss the idea of class. Like you miss the
just saying I had it, you know.
Yeah, I don't know. Like it's interesting. It's like, I mean, I know we had a whole episode on like grad school, but it's like one of those things where like Yeah, I mean, obviously we're always still learning, and hopefully everyone in their jobs or whatever you're learning still, which is
Oh yeah, it's like not that type of learning. It's just like
but it's just like yeah, it's like I don't know. It's funny because like I know we were all like we've talked about it where it's like oh we're like very pro grad school obviously and like definitely still see that being something in my future, but it's like the more I'm like I'll be like oh the idea of grad school that sounds great, but then when you like really think about it, I'm like damn dude. Sitting in class again, having to stress out about a test again.
Yeah.
Maybe I could put it off a little bit.
Yeah. What's really funny is like, I thought about that too. And you're like, oh, tests aren't that bad. And like, I don't remember like, you know, really like stressing out over a test for sure. But like, dude, papers, like writing a paper.
Oh, no.
I do not want to do. Like, I don't mind writing, but just like having like the facts and making sure it's like, like sourced correctly and cited. It's like, oh my God, dude.
Well, and it's funny too, because like there's just so many different things where I don't know, like things are taken way too seriously. Like not to say, oh, obviously college is serious. Like not to say it's not, but I think like there's the whole like thing, and I'm trying to remember if I said that, I literally can't remember if I said this on here on the podcast or I even said this on like a work meeting. But like one of the funny things is like when you're in high school, they're always like, oh, that won't fly in college. In college, like, oh, that won't fly in the professional world. Then you get to the professional world and you're like it's not that serious. Like it's yeah, I don't know. There's certain things where I definitely don't miss that piece. Yeah, Mauricio just saying papers are the worst. Gavin saying paying to go to class sounds awful. It's just so funny. It's like, oh, like, and I guess I don't want to like steal some of the things I potentially put for our 5v5 of weirdest things that are normalized in college. But the idea that you're like paying for all this stuff and you're still like, damn, dude, I really don't want to do it. It's like you're literally voluntarily paying for this. So yeah. It's it's
the mandatory attendance thing is always so stupid.
Oh my God. Well, yeah, because it's like I'm paying. I don't give a
like
fuck. Okay, not to like yeah, like you're like almost like okay, I'm paying
to
take this. So like you telling me how I want to like let me decide how I want to. I don't know. I completely
give me some of my money back.
Yeah, I'd be like, give me a refund. But no, dude. Like there's obviously aspects of the academic, but I think the next kind of section, so we talked a little social, we talked a little academic. I think this next section is the one that definitely preps you most for like after college. It also, I mean, is a really good way to like obviously meet people and all this stuff. I mean, okay, so I guess we're alluding to like extracurriculars. And like, I mean, that's how like obviously we originally met. That's how I met Kyle my freshman year. Like things like that where like you like that was definitely for me the best way to make friends, meet people like with common like goals or like ideas of what they want to do. Just meet different, like a ton of different people from different walks of life, from different backgrounds, all that stuff. It's just a really good way to meet people. And like, I think it's funny because like I miss student organizations, but with a caveat, like I miss student organizations that had like a purpose or like had like something that was a beneficial outcome, meaning like I liked when I was in Cause, for instance, and we're putting on an event that's really cool, bringing in cool speakers and all that stuff. I liked in DSP when we're putting on different things that actually are benefiting like pledges, where we're saying like, hey, let's walk through different like ways to like build out like your LinkedIn profile or things like that, like doing stuff like that. What I don't like is in DSP where there's like stupid bullshit that you got to deal with. And it's like, guys, it's not that serious. So like, that's like for me where I'm like, draw the line of like there's some pettiness at a certain point where you're just like, I'm so happy I don't have to deal with that anymore. But
yeah, no, it's like the best and the worst just because of like, you get a sense of responsibility and almost a sense of like what it's like to be out there and like govern your own things and like, because these aren't mandatory. Actually, that's the whole point of it.
Exactly.
These are things that you like do on your own as hobbies or, you know, because you want to. So it's like things that you care about or put effort into. So it's interesting to see how everyone takes care of that or how everyone interacts with that. But like some people really take it to the next level of like, this is my life. And although that's good for like, you know, some extracurriculars and it's good for some organizations to really like put that extra effort in and really want to make it the best. But like, you have to understand the scope of like what you're doing and where you are. Like, you know, we're not like the United Nations trying to decide what to do with nuclear warheads. We're like, we're literally just trying to decide where the budget should go next year. Like,
exactly.
Let's just get this done with. And like, although it does cause for discussion, there does need to be like heated things or like talking behind people's backs, and like that's where like drama comes from. But it's good because you need to have confrontation to like sharpen your edge or whatever the heck that saying is. But like, not confrontation, but discussion.
Yeah, it's like having this. It's kind of like when you're in a work setting and you have all these different responsibilities and ownerships over things. Like that's like when you're in these student organizations, having different positions, responsibilities, all that stuff. So
yeah, it teaches you to like really go outside your bounds and like do something that like, you know, you wouldn't normally doing. You're not doing just homework. You're like setting up an event, you know, you're taking notes, you're getting attendance, you're making sure people are there, you're contacting people. It's like a lot of like work with other people.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
That's the whole point.
Which like obviously you can replicate to a certain degree in like a classroom setting, but like it's still like in this the confines of a classroom. Like when you're in a student organization, like it's fully, the responsibility is fully on you. Like there's no teacher falling back, like to fall back on or anything. Like it's fully on you to like get whatever shit you got to get done. And if it doesn't get done, like you're not going to hold that position anymore. Like no, like they're going to move someone in that role that will actually do that. So it's a really like, I definitely know that
people are counting on you.
Exactly. Like, and that's like definitely like the most I'd say like the most impact in terms of like that I've had from school was like being in those groups. And like obviously you have like the philanthropic piece, helping build that resume of like, hey, this is all that cool stuff that I've done. I've led X, Y, or Z initiative, or I like had this role where I was responsible for X, Y, or Z. And it's just a good way to do that and get involved on campus.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think the things I miss about it is just like how close you get with the other people in those organizations or like fraternity, sorority, you know, anything you do like that, you spend that much time with other people, you get to know them very well. And then like you all become very close. There may be some like differences you guys have, but ultimately you guys are like in the same organization together. So you guys are like with each other.
Yeah, exactly.
And like, that's like pretty much what I miss a lot, just because having like that constant like group of people to like bounce ideas off or like just meet with, you know, make jokes with, hey, how you doing? You know, there you have your job, but like it's almost a different vibe there.
Yeah.
But the thing I don't miss is all the events that you do have to do in some of these. I am a very much person that like to do like not minimal, but I would say there's a point where like something becomes like, okay, like I get being active, but this is like
the law of
a lot of my
returns.
time is going to this, so it's like, you know, this isn't my job yet, so like let me just do me. So it is harder like to keep your individuality, I would say. Is like, weird as this sounds, like you like start becoming more and more with the group and doing more things with the group, that it's almost like, oh well, like what do you do? Like, oh, I'm part of DSP, or like I'm part of DKI, and like that's it. Like,
yeah,
all
like,
you do
what
is
do you
DKI
do?
stuff. So
what
like,
do you do in those? Yeah, absolutely.
it's like, what do you do when you're outside DKI? It's like, oh well, all I do is DKI stuff. So
yeah, exactly. That's a good. No, that's true. Really quick. So Gavin agreeing with apparently Marquette has an overarching attendance policy, which was super annoying. I don't think NIU had an overarching. I think it was more.
I think there's something in the syllabus that like there's like an option that, well, if you miss a certain number of days, the class like you like legally can't pass that class. It counts as like an incomplete.
Oh shit!
If you miss out more than like half the semester.
I did not know that. But yeah, so and then
I think it's a business school.
Mauricio calling out my Jason with that Starbucks. So yep, brand loyal. Have my cold brew at 8 p.m. But yeah, no, I think extracurriculars was definitely a huge thing. But like, I don't know. I think like I know one of the things when we're kind of prepping this, there's also just these like small moments that are like super random and like maybe not like it's obviously there's obvious things you miss. Like we were talking about the social stuff earlier. We're talking about little different things about extracurriculars, academic. But there's also like some random moments, like just fleeting moments that you just think back and you're like, damn, I missed that. So like when you think of that, is there anything that like top of mind? Because I know we were talking about this, like that there's like, damn, I like super random, maybe not like something that would be like someone would normally associate, but
it's always so cheesy when I bring this up too, because it's just like so cliche. But it's like whenever I see, because I follow like NIU Business School on Instagram, Twitter, and stuff like that. So they always post pictures like, you know, week 3, let's get it, Huskies, and it's like a picture of like Barcema Hall.
Yeah.
And like it always takes me back to like parking in the parking lot. It's like fall time. The leaves are on the ground. You're like walking into the business building. Like people are talking in the cafeteria, or getting ready for like their classes. And like there's like that kind of like experience where you're like, it's a brisk, like cold. It's not too chilly, not windy or whatever. Like you're just walking in. Then like you see people you know, and like you go up to talk to them. Like that kind of like that experience of like walking into a classroom or to a building.
Yeah.
It's just like, damn. Like that's like you have your backpack on and you're like just like thinking about class or thinking about I need to get a coffee, I need to get something, you know. It's like I don't know, it just seems so like looking back in the moment, it seems so relaxed. Like seems so like, you know, not a care in the world. You don't know what's gonna happen in the future yet. You're happy where you are. You're like, I'm a college student, I'm getting things done, like I'm getting my degree, and then it's like I can't wait to like get a job, and you're like, damn.
No, you're
I was walking back into a building.
No, exactly. Like I'm like, speaking of, you're talking about Barcema Hall, like just like walking into the atrium and like, oh, we're like looking for your friends, like where are people sitting, or like just chilling. Like literally it's like those moments where like maybe like you were either done with class for the day, or maybe you were just like, oh, I don't have class for 2 hours, I'm just gonna chill in Barcema and just do nothing. Like just like, I mean, who knows? Maybe you were actually being productive, but otherwise just chilling there and like hanging out with friends, talking, like all that stuff. Like, I don't know. It just like stuff like that, like you just miss. Yeah. And like, I don't know. I think still one of the funniest moments for me, and I'm trying to remember, and I apologize if I said this in like episode 2, but I don't recall because that was almost a year ago at this point. But one of the things that I still think, and this is more than a moment, so I'll tell other like a fleeting moment, but I think one of the funniest memories I have from college that reminds me of Barcema is when we were in the building and we're just chilling in the atrium, always talking, whatever, and like we'd come, like sometimes we'd come up with, we'd like be talking to like, oh, we should just go to like Panda or something. And I remember one time, I think it was me, you, and Becca, and we're talking through. And you guys, you're both saying like, oh, I really want to go to Panda. And I was like, yeah, I know, but I got class. Like, I really want to go to Panda, but I really got to go to class. And so I go to class. Eventually, like, I'm like fighting internal dilemma. Like I'm going back and forth. I go to class, and I'm like in there for like 2 minutes. I'm like, fuck. Like you guys are talking. You guys are still texting me or whatever. I'm like, fuck it, I want to go to Panda. And so I literally just get up and leave the class. Like I almost would have been better off just not going, but I literally went into the class and sat down for 2 minutes. She started her lecture, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to Panda. I got up and left. And the worst part about this classroom was that I was walking. It wasn't one of those classrooms where you walk in and you're walking into the back of the classroom and the board's like in the back of the room. Yeah. I had to walk right past her lecturing. Like it was like a really savage move, but I was just like, fuck it, dude. I really want Panda. I don't feel like listening to this right now. I'm out. So that was something where like when I think of college, like just like doing some random shit, like that is top of mind. And it's
That's
just
true.
so,
I
so
feel
funny.
like just like the random food runs is just like, oh, do you want to go get Dunkin' Donuts? Like, oh, do you want to go get Panda? Do you want to get Taco Bell? It's just like, oh yeah, let's go. Or Chipotle or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And it's just like those, like, especially it's like, oh, we still have like 30 minutes before like our chapter meeting or like before this meeting or before our review session. So it's like, yeah, let's like quickly go get it. And like you like drive fast and like go get it and then like come back and you're eating in the atrium and stuff.
Yeah.
Those are always so funny.
No, I think another thing, and I know I'm kind of stealing a little bit from when we were prepping, but I think one of the things that for me was like just such a nice, like just a moment was for DSP, we had chapter meetings every Monday. And I think just like whether or not we had a productive chapter meeting or whatever, it is what it is. But like, I think after the meeting, when you're just like walking out and it's outside, it's a Monday night, like just chilling, do whatever. In our heads, we're like, we got Fatties the next day, which was phenomenal with splitting up the week. Just a one-off comment, like phenomenal with splitting up the week, making it like Mondays something to look forward to on Tuesday, and then you only have Wednesday and Thursday. But I think though, just that moment, we're trying to figure out like, oh, we're like, what do we want to do the rest of Monday night? Because we're usually either hanging out. Let's like hanging out and drinking, playing Rocket League. We're either deciding, oh, let's go to Tom and Jerry's, grab some food. Like the fact that we, like even on a random ass Monday night, had things that we're trying to figure out fun things to do.
Yeah, like
it was just such
no one
a
wanted
cool,
the night to end, or not no one, but like there's just like a group
some
of people
did.
that like, you don't want the night that like don't want the night to end, or like are down to hang out, or like yeah, I know that feeling too of like almost like it's nighttime, you're walking out of the building and it's like
Yeah.
they're like, everyone's like, oh, so like what's the move now? And like that kind of feeling is good.
Oh yeah. I'm trying
That's
to think,
that's what I forgot. I was gonna say that.
yeah, no,
about,
I apologize because I'm pretty sure you were the one who said that when you were prepping, and so I definitely stole yours. But
No, it's all
but
good.
I think
Because like even like leaving like the rec, like after we work out,
Oh,
or after
yeah.
like an intramural game, and like going to get Wendy's afterwards, going to get ice cream,
Mhm.
or like it's just like things like that you don't realize. It's just like, oh man, I'm in freedom right now.
yeah, like I think it's like the big thing when I'm thinking of all these moments, it's the fact that like, and I guess we've said this a little bit based on what we've talked about earlier, but there's just this sense of like so many possibilities, like literally endless possibilities of what you can do with the rest of your day, the rest of the week, like all that stuff. And I just miss that because I think what we've become accustomed to, unfortunately, now that we're just a cog in the corporate machine, is we have work 8 to 5 every day, Monday through Friday. Weekends are getting filled up by constant stuff, which is like hopefully fun stuff. But like we were talking about it, how we've now transitioned from, oh, let's sporadically like do random things, like being very spontaneous, to now it's like we're literally pulling out our phones, pulling out an Outlook calendar and being like, Gavin and Mauricio are visiting this weekend because I want to make sure not to double book. And I need to make sure that everything, like, it's just such a shift from college, where in college it's like I'll text you like, hey dude, what do you want to do? And now it's like Mauricio, Gavin, and Andy I think are coming here in like 2 weeks, and I have to like plan it out ahead of time. We've had this plan for like a month, and it's fun and I can't wait. But it's just so funny because that's just the way it is now. Like we're old.
Oh, yeah.
We have like you have agendas. You've got
People live farther away. You have to make a plan for
Yeah.
it. It can't just be
it's just
like
it's just different.
coming over like a few blocks away and then like just hang out. And you're like,
Exactly.
"Dude,
It's just crazy. Whereas like in college, it's just like, oh yeah, dude, just come over. Like we'll go run a liquor store, grab a case of beer, play some Rocket
saying that's because
League.
it's like no one's really doing anything besides if they have like a part-time job. Like
Yeah.
they're going to be open or not doing anything or like looking to do something the same as you. Unless
Yeah.
you're studying or you're working.
Yeah, that is true because I guess like the biggest obstacle, and I don't want to call it an obstacle because that puts it in negative light, but like the biggest thing where it'd be like, oh shoot, we can't hang out or do something, was like, because like the job I had, I was fortunate that I kind of had really flexible work hours. Like I could work kind of whenever I like wanted to because I could just log on my computer and do stuff. But like for you, I know you're working at Best Buy where we had to make sure obviously like, oh shit, no, like you got like this going on. But to your credit, like I would say that more than anyone that I know, you definitely made sure that that was not something that would come in the way of like you'd have to be at Best Buy at like 6 or 7 a.m. on a Wednesday and you'd be like, fuck it, dude, I'm going out. And the best parts, and again, this is like a fleeting, well, it's not a fleeting moment, it's more of a memory because it's a little bit more substance. But something that I always thought was funny was there were definitely a few times where you'd have to go to Best Buy super early on a Wednesday. And to the point where I don't know if you ever like fully actually considered like, oh, we're not going to Fatty's on a Tuesday, but we'd end up going, but you'd be like, dude, I'm going to have like 1, maybe 2 drinks. I'll have a good time, but I'm going to have like 1, maybe 2 drinks. I got to be up early. And it was so funny because those were sometimes some of the most fun nights because you'd at a certain point, you'd just be like, fuck it, dude, I'll worry about it in the morning. And just like, we'd go ham, have so much fun on a Tuesday night.
I think those would be that fine because on Wednesdays I like wouldn't really have to do much in the mornings at Best Buy. I think the worst ones were like Sundays. I'd have to be there by like 5:45 in the morning. So at the time I'd be like just leaving a party or something like that. And I'm like, gotta go to work. And it's like, and then that one's like I could consistently like do like be scanning every price tag in the store. So it was like, oh dude.
Yeah. Oh my God. It's crazy. And yeah, I mean, as you can tell, like we're both talking about it, but like you just miss it. Like having we've said this many, many times on this podcast, but just having everyone, all your friends, all the people you're hanging out with just in like close proximity. Like right now we're on Zoom every week. I mean, like, cause we're in completely different states, Even
Different
like
time zones.
yeah, different time zones. Like even like Kyle, Mauricio, Gavin, like we're all like I'm in the same state as them, but it's still something where it's like I can't just walk over and be like, hey, what's up? Like, let's hang out. It's always something where you got to like plan it out now, and it's more. It sucks. It sucks, and who knows? I'm hopeful, and I know we almost swung Denver. HR fucking sucks. But who knows? Maybe in the future, this is something where we can at least recreate it to a similar, at least a certain extent, where we're at least in the same city. I really want to. I know we've talked about that, but who knows? Who knows? It's just like moments like that where I think about that. I miss it so much. It just makes me sad because I'm like, damn, dude. Now I'm just old as shit, and the extent
Waiting
of
for
like
the weekend.
yeah, like just go, like
That's it.
going through the motions, like basically like. Now this is getting like super depressing, but I was like living from like PTO trip to PTO trip that I have to look forward to. And damn, dude, it's just like,
Yeah, I feel pretty lucky with not like having the weekends, and then of course the dog now. Like,
yeah, oh yeah.
But like the weekends too, like I feel like I rarely have to travel now because like, there's so much that like to see in Colorado.
Oh
like,
yeah, absolutely.
It's almost, and it's free, so that's like the biggest draw for me. I'm like, oh, dude, just gas. Bring it on, like.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think it's like, and I'll allude to this a little bit in my 4 p.m. meeting in the week, but like, it's nice because I feel like I've got a ton of stuff going on, like all the time. Like I feel like every weekend I'm like, there's something going on, which is awesome, and it's great to have stuff going on, but I miss the like. I don't know. I'm trying to think of how to say like spontaneity, like
just hanging out.
Yeah, just like hey, let's just chill, like instead of having to like plan everything and yeah, it just makes me feel too much like an adult. I don't like it, but
No, I feel you.
Here we are, well removed from college. It's sad. It's a sad life.
Very.
Gavin just commented, "LOL, it's never one or two." Commenting on the drinks earlier, so that's
right.
hilarious. It's very true. Very good point.
Especially at Patty's.
Exactly. Especially, yeah, they're $2. So, and I think they like, I forgot why. I tweeted something about Fatty's the other day, and they like quote tweeted me and said something about how $2 Tuesdays are back. So definitely, if you're in NIU, take advantage.
Right.
Unfortunately, I will be there tomorrow, so I'm excited about that. But I fucking missed the Tuesday because it would be ideal to be there today. So missed opportunity to do there. But hopefully there's people like right now it's 8 p.m. on Tuesday. Like I hope, like really sincerely hope that there are groups of people right now in DeKalb that are pre-gaming for a Fatty's Tuesday.
Yeah,
like that. That's what I want. Like I'll live vicariously through them, but like I hope there's that, because if there's not, I don't know what they're doing.
Oh. No, I feel you.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just sad. We're just old now.
Well, I think that pretty much wraps up what we've been feeling this week about school coming back and our thoughts about where we are in life. No,
such a sad way to end it. We're happy. We're excited about all the stuff we were doing.
It's just the realization of how far we've come.
It's funny because when Tyler and I were prepping this, we were trying to figure out what we wanted our main topic to be. And one of the things that would have had a much more positive spin that we were potentially thinking about talking about is like, oh, look how far we've come. Like, but we've talked about this on previous episodes. So we decided to steer clear, but it's like understanding, like Tyler and I are both talking about like, oh, we want to move to like a big city and have all that experience. We're both living that, like we're both doing that and having all these things. So that's definitely a much more positive spin than what we've actually been talking about, which is like, damn, dude, I wish I could be back in college.
Yeah. Oh man.
But we're happy.
I just wish it was like half and half. Like you could do like both, you know?
Yeah.
Like 6 months of the year you're in school at a small college town.
Yeah.
Like 6 months you're in the city.
Like I think the ideal, and again, like life's not a TV show, but like the ideal would be like the How I Met Your Mother type, where like, okay, yeah, I'm fine with having exactly, like I'm fine with having a full-time job. Like I can deal with that, whatever. But like being able to have all your friends, like all your best friends, similar, like very close vicinity to where like after work, it's like, oh yeah, let's meet up at our bar. And like you have a regular bar you go to and you're like, damn, that's a dream. That's
hard out here.
It is hard out here.
Yeah, so
Deep
I think it's
stuff.
enough reminiscing before we start
Yeah,
crying.
before we start getting emotional, and Gavin and Mauricio get to live react to tears coming on the YouTube. So
we can dive into our next segment of deep dive. Didn't mean to do that, play on words. But we can get into our segment of deep dive and hopefully bring some joy or bring some knowledge to you guys now that we're done reminiscing.
Exactly.
So you can go ahead and start us off, Jason.
Well, so it's kind of funny because mine isn't very well. I mean, it's not that it's not positive, but like the whole logic behind why I chose what my deep dive is because like sometimes like well, this is just going to be a very sad episode, but sometimes when you're like just going through your work day and you're like, oh, let me take a break on TikTok, and you just like scroll through, you're like, damn, dude, like imagine if you just like were a TikTok star. Like that must be nice. Like you just fucking log on, make a like dance a little bit, and I mean I understand it's a little harder than that, but like do whatever, and you're just seeing money come in. Like I'm like, damn, like that's their job. Like that's their fucking job. I'm like, that's insane. So what my deep dive was, because I think I saw like a tweet or something about like how much TikTok stars make, or like I think it was joking at like you see like Gen Z or millennials like looking at people are doing TikTok, and you're like, damn, dude, I wish that was my job. So I looked up, I was trying to figure out like how much they make, and hang on, let me find it. Let me scroll here for a sec. So it says content creators who have about 100,000 followers or more can get paid like up to 1,000 a month. So that's like if you have 100,000 followers. People who have 1 million or more can get paid $1,000 to $5,000 plus. And then you have the ones who are TikTok stars, and they listed the Charlie D'Amelio, Dixie D'Amelio, Addison Rays of the world, where they can make up to $1 million per post, which seemed crazy to me.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Like that's like crazy to me that they could make like, and I think part of those were like around the branding, like if they have branding associated, like if it's an advertisement or something. But I was like, Jesus Christ, like just imagine being in the scenario where you're like, none of them are in this scenario, but imagine feeling like, oh, I'm strapped for cash, I could use a cool $1 million. Let me just fucking do a little TikTok dance, and boom, $1 million to the bank account. Like, damn, dude, I know that's not how it works. I know it's not like post $1 million, but like, damn. Like, I know this is again
content
like
creation, dude.
Yeah, I know. It's just one of those things that's just fucking crazy to me that like that's their job. Like that's fucking insane. I mean, yeah, I don't know. It just honestly blows my mind. And again, I know this is not a positive spin. We're talking about missing college. Now I'm like, damn, dude, wish I was doing this again. But dang, like that's your job. You could literally travel as much as you want. You could do all you gotta just do is make sure you have your phone and your fucking camera ready to go, and you can just fucking dance in front of whatever you want to dance in. Or I guess make funny videos, whatever you do on TikTok. But fuck, or get a cute dog and just fucking take videos of the dog, which I know I've seen Nancy start doing. So who knows? Maybe this could be you guys soon.
Yeah.
So this is showing the bad. I probably should have changed what my deep dive was going to be after how sad the main topic ended. But literally, there's comments. Mauricio saying, "Damn, that's a lot of money." Absolutely. I think Gavin just saying, which is exactly what I was alluding to. Well, this makes me feel great about my entry-level job after 4 years of college.
Yeah, literally.
That's what we got. Welcome to corporate America. So anyways,
mine's hopefully yours is a little scientific.
Well, I mean, at least it's hopefully a little bit more positive. It doesn't make us like question how we spent the last 4 years of our life.
It's more so about obtaining the speed of light in space. So apparently there's a question that's like, since space has no resistance, you should be able to reach the speed of light in space.
Oh, because like you can just like float, like you can just fucking, you just need to get enough
whatever
momentum.
Speed you go at is what you're gonna be staying at.
True.
So like in space. So like, why can't we reach that? And it's because we don't have, for every like acceleration, we need something to come out the back of the rocket, and we don't have that much shit to come out the back of the rocket to push it faster and faster.
So we don't have like enough fuel or like force. Like we can't like make it go fast enough one way. Okay.
Like we can't physically make a rocket to like bring up that much force. Like we need so much fuel to reach the like so much fuel, so much whatever is now pushing rockets forward to like reach this like speed of light. So like there's no way we can like take that much energy up and then like now hit it and like try to reach the speed of light because it's so fast.
Yeah.
It's almost like an infinite amount of fuel you need.
Yeah, that's fucking.
So it's like it's like the physics part. It's like theoretically, yeah, you can reach the speed of light in space,
but you don't. But it's physically not possible because
yeah.
Is there? I mean, I'm not. You don't have to like research this now if you don't know it off the top of your head. But did it say in the article or whatever you were looking at? Is there like a top speed that we can go?
There is like a top speed. There is a top speed, but it just literally all it depends on is like fuel consumption.
Like what you have, yeah.
Like how much you have is how much you can go.
Damn.
So how much weight you can carry, because then like at some point you're doing a give and take where how much you're carrying, the more weight you have is like the more fuel you're gonna burn to go faster. So
gotcha.
Yeah. I was like, damn.
That's fucking wild.
I am very intrigued by physics, so
space is like so that just like I don't know. It's just kind of crazy. And like, I don't know, just the idea that the universe is so fucking big. That's another thing that really can fuck with your head is like, where you're like, damn dude, I'm just this little speck. Like, it's not that like, now we're getting into philosophical shit, but it's like, is this like big project I'm working on really that important?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I'm this little speck. See, this is like, yeah, we're not trying to make y'all question your lives. I feel like we've had like a few of these episodes where like we'll just start talking and it turns into a whole like we're kind of questioning our entire existence. But
big fan of those conversations.
Yeah, those are good ones. Those are good ones.
Thought provoking.
Yeah. Okay, so getting into our 4 p.m. meeting of the week. What do you got?
Yeah, I pretty much just have one big thing, and that's as much as I love Enzo, our puppy, his teeth are sharp as fuck, and he's teething, so he just loves to bite everything. So that's pretty much the 4 p.m. meeting of the week is nonstop. You start playing with him, and he's like, "Oh, I don't want to bite the toy. I want your hand." And it's like, dude, why? Like, you have like 5 different toys, all different types of like resistance on your teeth. Like, pick one, dude. You got it. And it's like you want to play with him because he's like gets bored of chewing on it, so you like throw it or like tug of war or like mess around with it. And he like looks at like the part you're holding the toy.
He's like, "That's what I want."
And he's like, "That looks like the part I want to bite." And then just grabs your hand. It's like, dude, I have the toy in my hand. Bite it. So
that's hilarious.
And like, I don't know if you know this, but puppy teeth are like jagged. Like,
oh, I did not know that.
I don't know if you've seen I encourage all of you to look at a picture of puppy teeth. But they're not like just like sharp teeth. They're like it almost looks like shark teeth or something like that. So like sharp and shark, I said. So sharp teeth is not what they are. They are sharp. But they're like jagged teeth.
Yeah, dude, that looks like it fucking hurts. Oh yeah, they're not they're
tiny
like,
and they can't like bite so hard.
Like, I'll move out of or I don't know if I can.
It's like a tooth inside of a tooth.
Yeah, it's like you can kind of see they're not like
they're like jagged
straight.
like
they're
that. There's
jagged.
Like it's like a tooth is coming out of another tooth or something like that.
That's fucking
so like
crazy.
They had those like ridges that just really get
fucking
so
dig in.
And of course they're like puppy claws are like still sharp too because they're just growing so fast. So yeah, his teeth are pretty much getting everything. And it's funny because he's loving to chew right now. He like just bit like a chunk of like the finishing around the wall, like around our counter. Yeah. He just like started chewing on it and just like, I'm like, what, dude? How did you even do that?
So 2 questions. One, has he gotten into any of your furniture?
Yeah, I mean, like he likes to bite on the corner of the couch, but like usually we can like get to him before he like really gets in there. But
I guess that's one good thing. Like,
he prefers our hands. So that's like goal number 1 right there.
I guess the one silver lining now, looking back on like when we did your move and like obviously moving the couches and stuff was not fun, but at least it's not like a new couch. Like, because I know you're talking about like, oh, maybe like getting new, but like you ended up sticking with it.
That's probably the plan in the future, but probably after the teething phase.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, dude. Yeah. Wait until you're comfortable. But what was the other thing I was going to ask? Oh, is there like I mean, obviously it can vary puppy to puppy, but is there like a general like idea of how long like the teething phase like lasts?
Yeah, I think there's 2 of them. There's like his puppy teething, and then he's gonna lose his puppy teeth when he's
so that'll be a whole nother
3 to
phase.
6 months old. He's like starts to lose his puppy teeth.
Damn.
And then he starts getting his adult teeth, and then that's another teething phase.
Which those are probably fucking like
they're not
chomping.
as sharp, but they're like more like they're like the dense, more
Yeah.
like these are the teeth he's gonna have for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be like there. And I don't know if they're not as jagged, so they're not really gonna be as sharp as like the puppy teeth.
Yeah.
But and I've heard that this teething phase isn't as bad as the puppy one,
Mhm.
just because the puppy ones are sharp and like
yeah.
they don't know like they have like no discretion of like you versus a toy versus a couch. You know,
yeah.
they just want to bite.
Yeah.
But like when they're a little bit older, they're like, oh, you're like, no, don't bite me. And like, you know.
I'm gonna have to plan my trip to Denver like accordingly. I'm gonna have to like check in with you, be like, what phase is Enzo in, and that's when I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
I mean, he's still cute as shit, so it's hard to.
Yeah, exactly. That's the part.
He
where
like
it's
bites you like, "Ow, you mother!" And then you're like, look at him, you're like, "Damn,
you cute son of a
come
bitch."
here." Pick him back up, and he starts going at it again.
Yeah.
Like, oh, shit.
That's hilarious. That's a good one. Before I get into mine really quick, I just wanted to give a shout out to Mauricio's comment. So we were getting into the space stuff. He's like, this goes with my astronomy class. So Mauricio, if you've got any cool little space facts, just throw it in the chat. But yeah, my 4 p.m. meeting of the week is literally time spent in my apartment this past week. So it's kind of crazy because I feel like I've been all over the place. And last week, last Saturday, I had Kyle and Emma's housewarming party, which was a lot of fun. I was in the burbs, got back Sunday night, spent the night at my place. Like, obviously was spending the night at my own apartment, got some sleep, woke up, left for the airport, was in Minnesota for 3 days, came back from Minnesota, had dinner, spent the night at my place Thursday, and then went to the burbs, and was in the burbs all weekend, and just got back on Monday. So it's weird because I technically on paper was in my apartment. I think, what would that be, like 3 days or something? But I spent a total of less than 24 hours in my apartment. So it's like this weird, like, constant moving. So it's just like really annoying. So I'm like not annoying. I'm like, it was really, all the things I was doing it was like cool stuff, but I was just like moving all over, like going all over the place.
It's just nice to be in your own bed.
Yes. Like I am very excited that I mean, granted I'm going to NIU tomorrow, but I'll be back here by the end of the day. So it's one of those things where it's just all this stuff going on, but hey, it's moving along, and yeah, I at least am at my place now, and I think I'll be able to at least chill at my place for at least a bit until I go to Minnesota in 2 weeks. So it'll be good.
Nice. Oh yeah, but yeah, dude, I definitely spending time away from home is fun, but until like
to a certain
you like
extent,
keep like almost like not being there but being there. It's like, okay, dude, like I just want to lay down.
Exactly. It's a struggle.
Especially when it's your own place too, and you can be like alone.
Yeah, exactly. I can just like chill, but it's tough out here. You don't always get what you want.
Right.
Okay, I guess moving on to our comedic report. Trying to pull up what I got. What do you have for the comedic report?
Yeah, I have 2 TikToks I found that were particularly very funny. And let's see here if I can pull it up for you guys. Recently all my TikToks have been straight up like dogs, if you can imagine. But this one I think I sent to you guys is really funny. It's about Top Golf. And let me just bring it up here really quick. And it's this one.
Okay, so this is where we go for the golf. Where do we go for the top?
And like that just cracks me up. I was like, oh damn, got him.
That's pretty
And it's so nonchalant too. It just cracks me up.
That definitely exudes Vine energy. Like, that is hilarious.
Yeah,
that's
just like
so
quick,
good.
like
just a
7
quick
second.
little one-liner. Oh yeah, that's fucking hilarious.
And then this next TikTok is like, I love this guy, dude. His like type of comedy is like what cracks me up, and like he like does it very well. So I'll just play it. You probably have seen him before, but he's pretty funny.
Oh yeah.
Random. Do you think guys and girls can just be friends? No. No, absolutely not. Really?
I've seen this one.
What does that make us?
Well, we're cousins.
Yeah. Zone. Yeah. Okay.
I love how awkward he gets in his TikToks, dude. They're so funny, dude. That's cracking me up so hard.
That guy is pretty funny.
His facial expressions are what kills me the most.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
so funny.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
he looks like he's so serious about it.
He's like-
I would die laughing.
No, that's really good. So I've got two. The first one, I think I knew the second I shared this with you, or the group that we sent it to, that you'd appreciate this because it's your kind of sense of humor. But this tweet is referring to Miles Teller, and it's Miles Teller. You mean an odometer? I was like, dude, that's funny as fuck.
That's correct. That's gold.
That's damn, just the creativity involved is fucking.
Those are the type of tweets that make me laugh out loud.
Oh yeah, I was dying laughing. I think I sent that to so many people. I was like, this not everyone. It didn't hit with everyone. Some people were probably like, what the fuck you sent me? But I was like, dude, I think this is hilarious. Yeah. And then this next one, I literally saw almost right before we started recording and prepping. But it says, okay, Gmail, why don't you just write the fucking email for me if you're okay, Gmail, why don't you just write the fucking email for me then if you're so smart?
Yeah.
I'm like,
dude, they really do be trying to write the whole thing. And it's damn, dude, all right, dude, shit.
It cracks me up because I was like, yeah, when you're typing on Gmail, it's if you just hit tab.
Autocorrect.
It's damn, dude, if you just want to write the email, go ahead.
The autocorrect doesn't autocorrect a word. It's oh, you want me to say this whole paragraph for you? Got it. I'm damn, all right.
Exactly. So yeah, so that was some good comedic reports. So yeah, we can get into our new segment. So we teased it on Twitter and Instagram earlier today. So this will be a recurring segment that we'll have every episode. Kind of comes as a result of the success and enjoyment from our last episode. And we kind of had a mailbag of people's questions. So one of the things we're going to do going forward is have this segment in between all the other segments in our 5v5 called Ask Us Anything. And it'll be an opportunity for you guys to ask us questions, and we'll answer them at the end of the episode. We'll probably get to 2 or 3, depending on how many we got responses from. And I guess we'll do 3 because we got 3 coming in, and one of them is particularly short from Gavin, and it just is making fun of my fantasy football team. So the first question from Gavin is, why does your fantasy football team suck? And
it could be my team too.
I guess, yeah, Gavin, clarify in the chat, but I'm pretty sure it's probably alluding to mine because we're struggling over here, drafted a lot of rookies. But yeah, no, it's we drafted our fantasy football teams on yesterday. Jesus Christ, yesterday. And yeah, so we'll see. I played Gavin week 1, so might be too early to be talking shit. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe
That's right. It might be a rookie year.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, so I guess that. I don't know why. The season's just starting. There's just nobody's team sucks yet. We're all 0-0. So that's gonna be my answer, official answer.
And you sound like an Arsenal fan.
No. I don't want to be the Arsenal of our fantasy. I don't want to be the Arsenal of our fantasy league.
Because every year at 0, when they restart the Premier League and it's 0-0, Arsenal's on the top of the table. It's their day.
Oh man. Okay, this next question. Oh, let's say you can fight over who's worse between yourselves. Damn, savage from Gavin.
It's close.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm the reigning champion of the worst team. So,
next question is from Mauricio, who's also in the chat right now. Would you guys rather travel to the future or travel to the past?
I'd rather travel to the past to meet my ancestors. Just obviously, if I could, if that was part of the deal. Obviously, if not, just go to the past to see the pyramids being built, obviously, or just crazy things that you wonder how they happened or who was here or what it looked like. Because the future is
Yeah, I think I agree, and I think
it might be kind of scary.
Well, exactly, that's the thing.
The future might be kind of nuts.
Well, exactly, and I think the past, you at least go into it having what to, at least to a certain degree, what to expect or what you're getting yourself into.
A meteor is not coming to hit
exactly
you.
Who's to say if I say I want to go 200 years in the future and it's just fucking chaos.
Yeah,
it's the Hunger Games outside. Yeah, exactly.
okay, cool.
So that's definitely my answer. But I'd be curious in the chat what you guys think. But at least like from my standpoint, that's my thought.
I just would want to see like how my great grandparents like acted,
Mhm.
or like their personalities, like things that like we took from them, or like how they looked like, things like that.
I guess a follow-up question from Gavin in the chat. So if we are saying the past, what years?
That's tough because I feel like there's different parts of like depending on the area. If like I'm in Denver, I probably want to see like the first people that like settled here and like when they came to the mountains, like what they did. Like, you gonna cross that, or like what are you gonna do? There's no road, so like you're just like, oh yeah, I'll do it. Like they just like go right through. But I guess if we're talking like Italy, it could be like the 1700s, or if we're talking like Mesopotamia, like 2000 BC.
Yeah, I have no idea. Like I literally don't even know. It's like tough to like think about because like there's obviously so many things you got to consider, but I don't know. I think the Mesopotamia one would be kind of cool because I remember like learning about that. Like I think that was something, I don't know, maybe in high school, but definitely like middle school and stuff, where I was like, damn, dude, it'd be kind of cool to see some of that.
Like the beginnings of human,
yeah,
civilization.
exactly. Like
that would be like nuts.
That'd be fucking wild. So like that would be pretty cool.
The beginnings of like language, arts, science.
And like I guess like just like significant like historical events, like seeing things like that would be pretty nuts.
Let's see Pompeii. Let's watch.
Yeah, I just want to see it, and then that's it.
You literally watch the world burn.
Exactly. You'd be like front row seat. So yeah, that I don't know. Yeah, that is a good question. But yeah, in the chat, definitely throw in if you do past or future or what year do you choose. Gavin says you have to pick one decade. This is like a history lesson. I don't even know. I barely know the decade I'm in now, dude. Again, it like
I
depends
feel like
on,
a decade's hard. Like
like that's such a wide.
I feel like maybe a
wide
century.
Range. Yeah, we'll go centuries. We'll kind of flip it. I still don't know. Like it doesn't.
Yeah,
I have no idea. You can ask.
Probably like if I could see my ancestors, whatever year, I guess like 1850s in like Germany or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Like that'd be pretty cool. I don't know. I think what you were getting at with like, I don't even. Again, this is like going back to like school like a while ago, and I can't even think about what those
BC,
years. But whenever,
yeah,
that would be like really cool. I think that would be
whenever the start of civilization was. Let me get there.
Exactly. Okay, this next one is from Gomi Your Homie. Best piece of advice you've ever received?
This is a tough one. I was thinking about this for a while, and I actually am still having a hard time trying to pick. Like, because you could go simple and like do your best, or you can do like funny, like wrap it before you tap it, or like, I don't know. Man. It's very hard.
Yeah, I think my first one that I'll think of off the top of my head, and if I think of another one, I'll say it. That's like maybe a little more funny. But I think the first one that I can think of that came top of mind, and it's more like businessy, and like career driven. But like I think it's like just making sure you make networking a priority, which is like super cliche. But like I know for a fact that like my job that I'm in right now, and the team I'm working with, and like everything that I've like basically am doing right now, all came from one-on-ones that I had with people, just like reaching out like, hey, my name's Jason, just wanting to hear about what they're doing. And like going back to like early 2020, like I had so many different one-on-ones with so many different people, and just found out like, hey, they had a need for something here, and just kind of snowballed into like what I'm doing now. So like very cliche to like network, and like it's about who you know, but it really is like figuring you like I would never have known that this opportunity existed until I was meeting with people, and they're like, oh yeah, we're opening up this new entire like wing of our organization, and like you could be working on all this cool stuff in like sustainability and all that. Like I had no idea that existed, or I wouldn't have had the opportunity if I hadn't reached like if they didn't know that I had interest. Or it's just, I think that's like the big one, at least top of mind for me.
Yeah, that's a good one. I guess for me, it's just like, I don't know, like be like, don't be afraid to fail, and like that's always been like kind of like in my mind because like I failed like a lot, whether it be like my first time in college or like all the applications I've done for jobs or like different classes, majors,
Yeah.
love life, like whatever. Like, don't be afraid to like take a risk and like go for it because you never know who you're gonna meet along the way or who you're gonna
Absolutely.
like, what chances you're gonna get. Just because, I literally was throwing my resume out to everyone. I got Denver, and like I threw my resume out everywhere. I got St. Louis, and I met Nancy, and I like, now we have a dog, and now we're in Denver together. So it's like
You never know. Yeah.
so I don't know. I just was never afraid to be turned down. Like I never really cared about like things like that or like failing in front of people just because I don't know. I just didn't really care about like that type of what people thought of me.
Yeah. No, that's a really good one. That's a really good one.
And like I'm not trying to say like I guess use it as like a learning experience, but like I never like took it as that. I just kind of figured like, all right, on to the next. Like just pushed it out.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I don't know if I've ever like technically received this piece of advice, but it's like, I mean, like it's like a very common piece of advice. So maybe I'm sure someone said it to me, but it's like just don't care what others think. Like do your own thing. Like don't take yourself too seriously. Like it's fine. Like you said, like people fail, people make mistakes. Like it's okay. Just get over it. Do your own thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that's like top of mind.
No, yeah, definitely.
But yeah, that was a good one. So definitely ask us, like throw stuff in our DMs. We'll try to remember to post something before every episode. But obviously, if there's something like you think of randomly throughout the week, throw it in our DMs. You don't have to wait for us to post it on our Instagram story or post it on Twitter. Like definitely send it to us, and we'll make sure to answer it in our episodes. And we're excited to have the segment and engage with you guys in that way. But yeah, I think with that we can move on to our 5v5. This should be a good one.
Yeah.
Of weirdest things that are normalized in college.
Yeah,
So-
definitely. This is a fun one.
Yeah, so I think you start because I believe I went first last week with the burgers because I believe I chose Five Guys, if I recall, or maybe did you? I don't remember. I think I went first last time, I believe.
Yeah.
So if you want, you can get started.
All right. I think the first one I'm going to go is rushing a Greek organization.
That's
Because looking back at Nancy had some friends and they're discussing it this weekend. It was just like looking back at this, it's just like the weirdest thing you can do.
Yeah. It's funny.
I mean, it's fun and I don't regret it, but it's just like,
It's
just looking back at it, it's like, why? Like, what the hell? Like,
Yeah,
it's
it's
just so random.
like
It's
the
so-
process, the like
It's
seriousness
hilarious.
of it. It's funny to look back and be like, what the fuck? So yeah, no, that is a really good one. Let's see, things you normalize. Oh, here you go. I actually alluded to this earlier, but skipping a class that you're paying out the ass for. So like you're paying God knows how much money, and you're just like, I won't do it, and you're just gonna skip. So I'd say that's
Yeah.
something that's definitely something that's weird.
Nowadays,
looking
you're like,
back,
I'm going to this to the last minute.
yeah, exactly. And you're like, no, you know what? I am paying for that class, but I'm also going to pay for Panda instead. Call back to the earlier story. So that's going to be my first one.
Yeah. My second one is going to be professors saying the free ebook is not allowed. Like, it's the same book, just online, but apparently it's not the same. Like, that always made me so mad. And like, you went with it because like you're not gonna
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you're not gonna be mad. But it's like a why at this point. Like, why? You're like, I understand that book business is like dying, but still, like,
Yeah.
it's an ebook and it's free. I'm going to use it.
Yeah, exactly. That kind of goes along the lines of like buying a textbook you're never going to use. It's like, what a waste of money. I think the next one I'm going to say, this is tough. There's some funny ones. I am going to go with, this is like alluding to like if you're in a dorm at least for a year, is sharing a room with a complete stranger. It's like you have
That is
absolutely
pretty
no
funny.
idea who this
That is so
person is.
weird.
Like, and there's not like a vetting process. Like when you're in
Yeah,
dorms, you
this
just get
person-
fucking
yeah.
paired. You could be paired with a serial killer. Like it could be fucking nuts.
What the fuck?
So sharing a room with a complete stranger, hands down, like one of the weirdest things that somehow is like a normal thing in college. It's like, oh yeah, we met like because we were literally living like, you go from not knowing this person, you're like, oh yeah, we're just gonna live together, like see each other every day. You could fucking kill me in my sleep, like you never know. It's just fucking crazy. It's just fucking
Yeah.
crazy. So that's gonna be my second
definitely.
one.
I think my third one is going to be just like the house parties of like just showing up at like random people's like houses, like people you've never met, never will talk to, and you're just in their house partying. And it's like, I get like a party's a party, but like at some point you're just like, where are we? Like,
Yeah.
do these people even care that I'm here, or should I even be here? But it's like, obviously it's a house party, but it's just like the randomness of it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I am going to say my next pick, I think is also very relatable, but it like when you're in college, but it's just funny looking back, is being super frugal, like very, very conscious of the money you spend, except when you're at the bar. It's like being like very frugal with your money, except at the bar. That is my third pick. That somehow is okay. You're like, you know what? I'm just going to skimp like on the groceries this week, but then you're going to go out on Thursday and just spend all the money. Yeah, exactly. And you're like, won't bat an eye.
Yeah. I think my fourth one is going to be how much bigger a deal Halloween is now compared to when you were younger.
Oh, yeah.
Is like the weirdest thing. And especially in college. Like when you're out of college, you don't even care anymore.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
College Halloween is like, it's like the biggest time of year for like every university. I feel like this is like, oh, this is it. This is like the time we've been waiting for. It's just like
everyone's
like,
got a costume.
There's more costumes for that than there is for like little kids. I feel like.
Oh yeah. Gavin just said, alluding to your random person, he's like, yeah, for Eugene's birthday party, Andy and I just kind of randomly showed up and we're at a random person's house. I'm like, there you go.
Isn't that weird? It's just like, and like you probably didn't even meet him. Like,
yeah.
It's like.
Oh man. I think the next one is also related to dorm life and is normalized. And like, think about it. Like you're in college, you're basically an adult, and it's like, you know what? You're going to sleep on a twin size bed. I think that's one where it's like,
I slept on it for a while. So
so did I, but it's like one of those things
you
where
like can't upgrade.
It's like, damn dude, like you can't even upgrade. Like it's possible that you're like I'm just, okay, like at least, I mean, I'm like 6'2", and at least like, I think it might even be the twin XL. So like, at least it like, you're not like feet are hanging off the bed. But I'm thinking, imagine like the student athletes, like your 7-foot basketball players of the world. And they're just like, damn dude, that's tough.
They must be getting something different.
Yeah.
I would make a big deal.
I'd hope so. But yeah, I'm going to say sleeping on a twin size bed, just being like the normal behavior is like, damn.
And then I'll do my last one is just the idea of like groups of college kids in random classrooms at random points on campus throughout the night. Like there's like nowhere else, but there's so many different groups of people just in different buildings at nighttime. And then like, you know, they all come out at different times, or they're all doing different things at different times. It's like so weird to think about, like during the school year, if you like 9 p.m. at night, you're driving through campus, like there's probably a student group organization or whatever in a classroom in every building. And you're like,
yeah.
And in the moment when you have your organization, you're like, oh, I'm the only ones here. But then like you do something where you're like walk around the building and you see other people like doing stuff. You're like, what? Looking back at it, it's like, dude, how are all these college kids getting access? So
yeah, exactly.
This many college like rooms. It's hilarious.
That's so funny. What's up, Kyle? I just saw him drop in the chat. The next, so we talked a little bit about this earlier, but my last pick that I'm going to go with is pulling all-nighters for a random test. Like just the fact that that's normal to where it's like, you know what, I'm just not going to get any sleep tonight and do all of this for like a 1-hour exam. It's just like ridiculous.
Yeah, that's
like true. It's not the end all be all. You will be fine. Yeah, I think that's like another weird one.
Yeah,
but what else did you have for weirdest things that are normalized in college?
I had slapping a bag of wine before chugging it.
Yeah.
Pre-gaming, skipping class to get food, athletic events becoming like a sacred tradition, and making bitch cup rules for beer.
Oh, that is true.
Like, oh, take your pants off. You made
it's like, why?
It's like, dude, what?
Why?
Get on your knee, dude. You made first cut. It's like, dude, oh my god. Like, it's funny in the moment, and like it makes the game more funny. But like looking back at it, it's like, dude,
like what the hell?
Yeah.
I had also eating at odd hours. I mean, I still do this, but like,
yeah.
So I guess it's not that weird because maybe it is still weird, but I still will do it. But like, not even batting an eye, and it's like midnight. You're studying for that Barsima or whatever, and you're just like, let's just order like a Domino's pizza. Fuck it. Like, yeah, that's normal. And then I guess along the same track of thinking with like food is like, I think in college, going back to like that frugal mindset, like you're not always like buying the best top notch groceries. So sometimes just eating weird combos of food, like you're just like, fuck it, dude, I'm just going to throw all this together. I'm going to have like, I don't know, this with the side of this. And it like doesn't even make sense, but you're just like, fuck it, dude, I'm going to eat it. I don't care.
Yeah, true that. So that's surviving off like peanut butter.
Exactly.
And, like ramen.
Exactly. So I guess we can recap our 5. So what were your 5?
Yeah, mine was the rushing process of a fraternity or sorority, or I guess any clubs of that matter, the rushing process. Professors against the free ebook versions, or yeah, so let's go with that. And then showing up at random people's houses for parties, Halloween being a bigger deal now than when you're younger, and then groups of college kids in random rooms to our campus at night. What about you?
And I had skipping a class that you're paying an obscene amount of money for, sharing a room with a complete stranger, being frugal with your money except when you're at a bar, sleeping on a twin-size bed, and pulling all-nighters for a random test.
Nice. Yeah, so that is our 585 of weird things that are normalized in college. Let us know if we forgot anything or if there's something weird that you think of now or something weird in the moment if you're in college that you're like, why do we do this? So, yeah, that was a good one, and we hope you enjoyed the episode of all our comedic reports. Those are always pretty funny. I love seeing those when we come up with this. And then, of course, we hope you enjoyed listening about my puppy issues and Jason's traveling issues. And we hope you aren't missing college like we are.
Yeah. Had some low moments in this episode where we're really contemplating what we're doing, but hey, made it through. Thanks everyone for tuning into the live. This was fun.
Yeah, thanks for everyone for joining on such short notice, and we hope to see you in the next one.